Hey guys, we are on day 247 in our Bible reading plan, and today we're reading in the book of Ezekiel, chapters 25 through 27. Now in chapter 25, we're going to read that Ezekiel is prophesying the Lord's destruction against many nations. We read that the Lord is going to judge the Ammonites because they were prideful about the destruction of Israel and of the people of Judah. We read also that Moab and Seir scoffed at their destruction, and so the Lord is going to punish them along with the Ammonites. He's going to bring the people of the east against them. And then we also read about the destruction of the Philistines that is coming. Then in chapter 26, we're going to read about the destruction of Tyre. Because Tyre sought personal gain at Jerusalem's destruction and at their expense, the Lord is going to judge them. He's going to make her a plunder for the nations. He's going to send Nebuchadnezzar against her and completely destroy her. And then we read in chapter 27 that the Lord tells Ezekiel to lament, to take up a lament over Tyre. The lament describes this prosperity of Tyre, the influence. It shows that Tyre has become an influential center of trade among the nations, that other nations esteem her, and it declares that the Lord is going to take it all away. They'll be scoffed at. Essentially, they're going to be shamed before all who held them in high esteem. And what's interesting to me about this chapter in particular, that the Lord tells Ezekiel to lament what is going to happen to Tyre, that this is lamentable, that their judgment is coming because of their actions, but this is not a time to celebrate. This is not something, their destruction is not something that should be celebrated. It's something that ought to be lamented, that the only right response when the Lord's judgment comes on someone or a nation of people is lament, is grief, is to pour out your heart, to go down in sackcloth and ash and cry out to the Lord because of what is happening to them. We should never be a people who celebrate the destruction of someone else, whether friend or foe, whether they have, despised us, come against us, slandered us, put us down, sought our harm. We're not to be a people who celebrate their demise. We're meant to lament their destruction. We see this a lot in the life of David, where time after time when he's faced with the death of a foe, when Saul dies, when his son who usurped him dies, he laments, he grieves. And that should be our response too during these times, even though obviously these nations have wronged Israel, even though they've come against them, even though Tyre is seeking personal gain here. Their destruction is lamentable, and so is the destruction or the loss of favor of the Lord in the lives of our enemies. We should lament that as well. That is a horrible, horrible outcome for any person or community or group, that they would lose the Lord's favor or the Lord's covering or the Lord's blessing, or that they would just simply receive the judgment of the Lord. That is a great and terrible thing. And it's not our place to celebrate their demise, but our place to lament and pray for them, because our God desires that not one would be lost, but all would be saved, and that even today that all people would come to faith through Jesus. So as Christians, when Jesus says to love our enemies, we are meant truly to love them and care for them. And when hard, difficult things happen and when they fall, we are meant to pray for them, to grieve what has come about in their lives, and to pray that they would turn and seek the Lord in this destruction or in this difficulty or in this painful moment, and pray the Lord's best for them, that they would encounter His saving grace and His love in those moments and make a real turning, a real commitment to follow the Lord, and allow the Lord then to come in and change their lives and direct their paths, and have that same grace and mercy that He had with us. So I hope that encourages you today. I hope it challenges your perspective. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I'd love to hear how God is speaking to you through this text. So go ahead and drop a comment in the Bible reading app, and let's talk some more about this later. Have a great day, guys.